Beautiful people, more life, more blessings. You know the vibes. Do it for the love. Episode 9. You know the vibes as usual. Me, Eric Buddy Davis. You know the co-host is in the building.
So Spitfire.
And as usual, we're feeling good, feeling great, feeling good, and we hope you are too. You see me rubbing hands like Birdman because we're coming in hot tonight. So as the vibes, go as normal for people that's first-time listeners or our consistent listeners, we start off by checking our temperature. So my brother, Mr. Spitfire, how you doing, man?
Feeling good, man. Snow is melting, but we hearing that it's gonna be another snowfall tomorrow and the playoffs to follow that. So I'm excited. Even though the team and I love the Commanders not in it, you know how the DMV we gotta support the locals. And tomorrow is Purple Friday, so it's gonna be lit. When this episode come out, we're gonna see the outcome. I hope it's big. I hope we be talking about the Ravens again on the following episode. But we rooting for y'all, and I'm excited, man. How you feel?
I feel good, brother. Same as you. I don't have much to say different. I'm ready for the game. I'm ready to see if the Ravens gonna hold it down. It's time. Lamar, it's your time, my brother. We behind you. I know Florida behind you. Get it done. That's all it is. It's your whole career it's not gonna be built or broken by this weekend, but if you win the Super Bowl on this run, you're gonna go down in history. So I hope he gets it done. And outside of that, man, I feel good. About to go to Vegas in a week to celebrate my mom's 65th birthday. My niece is in a gymnastic tournament. For people who don't know, my niece, Alexia Brown. Look out for her on that gymnastic stage one day. She works hard, day in and day out. So yeah, outside of that, life is good, man. We're still in January 2024. Mm-hmm. We on attack all year. Yeah. So let's get into it.
So it sounds like it's a good temperature. I had like the smiley, man.
Oh yeah. You see we got the smiley face. That's our co-host. So tonight's episode 9, is going to be titled "For the Love of a Fresh Start." I know that most of us have lived a long enough life, and if you do, you're going to run a course where you have made some decisions for yourself, or some people may have made some decisions for you. And depending on your personality, circumstances, your newfound knowledge, or wisdom, you may feel motivated to change. Now, when people change, your friends, your family, they might not even notice this new version of you, and some people aren't receptive to it. So you have to stay 10 toes down when you're trying to, I would say, renew the license on life. Renew who you are to the world and to the people and how you want to present yourself. And in my eyes, this can be attached to a lot of different situations and people. This can be a mother or father who just got divorced from their wife, and now they're trying to start fresh. They were married 20, 25 years, might have got rough at a certain point. Now they need a fresh start. This could be a man or a woman who just served 10 to 15 years in prison, or a smaller term in prison. Now you got to start your life all over and see how society is going to welcome you in. So I would like to just get into the challenges of that battle for the love of a fresh start.
When I think about for the love of a fresh start, I think about resiliency, I think about redemption stories. And life has a funny way of throwing challenges at us. Sometimes we find ourselves in situations we never imagined. But that's the beautiful part, you know what I mean? It's not about the fall, it's about the rise. We all have a story, and many of us face setbacks, or we made choices, and we wish we could change them. But guess what? Life doesn't come with a script. It's just a journey filled with highs and lows and unexpected turns. So the essence of resiliency lies in the ability to bounce back, to rewrite our narrative, and to emerge stronger than ever.
Okay, this man poet snatch tonight. Yeah, it's probably coming at him tonight. But for me, it's so many sides of redemption. Like when I think of a movie like what's the movie with Will Smith playing it's a real life story. I think his name's Chris Haynes. Got Some Pursuit of Happiness. Okay. To me, that's a redemption story. Yeah. He made the choice to sell that goddamn computer science project that he was on the street selling, and he found a way just from a choice happening, running to the man in the cab, and then he's now going to be a licensed broker. Or something like the Samuel L. Jackson movie. What's the movie when his daughter gets raped? Tom McKell. Okay. Another redemption story in my eyes, because when you look at that movie, his daughter was broken. He was broken. Family was broken. He was willing to risk it all. Mm-hmm. Went murdered the man and hurt his daughter. Then got a lawyer who in that town, in the Mississippi or Alabama, wherever it was shot, you're not gonna get a person to believe in you or care for you. They're gonna take the money and make sure you serve, life in prison. Yeah. But that story of how he fought for his family, ended up coming home. I just think that anybody, where we mess up in society, I believe, is that we all act like at a point in time, no one can make mistakes. It's like you can only take advice from a perfect puzzle, a perfect person. But the best stories and the realest stories come from the people that been through shit.
Yeah.
The people that haven't had the easiest life. It wasn't just presented to them for it was on a silver platter. So I love a fresh start. I love somebody that's has a story to tell.
Yeah, I mean, today we get to dive deep and do that. You know what I mean? Our guest coming on, she had another female, blessed with another woman to come on and share her story. You know, her life took unexpected turns and transformed them into stepping stones for success. So it's a reminder that it's never too late for a comeback, no matter what's written in your past chapters. So y'all gonna get to join us as we explore the doing it for the love and get to show how somebody believed in themselves. And you get to hear a cool redemption story. We spoke about Lamar Jackson earlier. You know, I feel like in redemption stories, it don't always have to be negative. You know, it can be the odds being stacked against you and you having to prove people wrong, or living up to a paycheck that some people might say you're not worth, or you might not live up to that. So, you know, a lot of redemption stories to tell this week.
Absolutely, and a lot of definitions in saying that you have to, pretty much as if the evil is on you, if you're getting something off you, or if you served your time and, to the justice system or wherever, and then you come out. So all I say to that is, if somebody try to throw dirt on your name, start fresh.
Yeah.
Moving forward, we have our first sponsor highlight for this episode.
What we got, buddy?
We are going to give it to Events by Ashley.
Okay.
That is owned by a young lady by the name of Ashley Ballinger from Annapolis, Maryland. I've been good friends with Ashley for, I would say, 23 years. We know, damn. But she is a brilliant young lady, very creative. In the past 3 years as an event host, I've done several events where when I'm coming in, she's setting up, and when I'm just about to start wrapping up the party, I see her in the background breaking it down. So for anybody that's out there planning a party for your young teens, for baby showers, for outdoor festivals, she's the one. She can get it done. She can build it from the ground up. Make sure you go check her out at her website, Events by Ashley. That's her Instagram. Bookeventsbyashleyb.com is the website. Go ahead and check her out. When we drop the episode, we'll make sure that we put all the tags so you can go check her out.
And the dope thing about Ashley and Events by Ashley, I've been able to collaborate with her before, helping her design a backdrop for a theme that she put together. I've seen her range with the designs go from kids parties to adults events. So definitely salute to Ashley, creative eye, constantly on the come up, and it's dope. Whenever I see other people events or cool ideas, I sometimes will share them with Ashley and thinking I'm giving her some game. She's like, oh, I done already did that. Oh, I'm working on one of them right now. So she's always ahead of the curve.
Facts.
And shout out to them, man. Definitely a good company to get a service from.
Yeah, you trying to make lasting memories? Holla at Ashley B. Events by Ashley.
Let's get it.
So, moving forward, love to not love. For all our first time listeners and our consistent subscribers and likers and lovers, this is where we mention things that we may HATE, where we don't say on our show. But, yeah, upside down front, we don't get down. But this is a point of the show where we pretty much, me and Sel maybe do 2 topics a piece or 2 things a piece, where we just love to not love these things. And it's not always that we really HATE these things. It's just that we don't choose them ourselves most times.
So my first love to not love is outstanding invoices. You clients, come on, y'all gotta understand, us small business owners, we take pride in preparing these works and giving you a quote, and then you gaslight us and have us feeling you want our services, or we perform a service and then the invoice is out there and days go by, no communication, no follow-up, and we got businesses to run. A lot of us use these, whether the invoice is small to big, they pay bills for us on a daily basis. We covering expenses. Pay them invoices. Now she won't get them services again. That's my first love to not love.
Okay. Moving forward, I'm going to go with people who make excuses with nothing but freedom and time. Oh, it's bothersome. Because for me, you play the best defense on yourself. You got to stop playing boxing 1 on yourself. At the end of the day, you are your worst enemy. You are your kryptonite. If you're free, if you're in good health, I understand for people with disabilities, for people who need help, for people who need assistance. But if you are a person that can get it figured out, figure it out. Don't just be out here in limbo. Life's too short.
You know what, playing boxing, what'd you say, boxing?
Boxing 1,
you know what I thought of?
What's that?
Lil' Kim.
Oh,
so
shit.
like the flick defense on yourself.
That is the boxing one day. I never thought of it like that. That's actually good.
Yeah, my next love to not love, and my last one, people who steal packages. Another thing that affects small business owners and people who fuck up and deliver packages and with no care or regard. We see y'all prime drivers, UPS, Amazon, you know what I mean? Y'all kicking packages, throwing them, or not delivering them. I just had my son package delivered to the opposite building of mine, sitting there for weeks. Luckily, a woman next door saw my name and shopped. They could have took my package.
Neighbor?
People who steal packages and people delivering packages to the wrong address. Y'all pissed us off, man. Especially when we need packages overnight. Like I said, small business owners, sometimes we order materials and supplies and we got deadlines.
Thanks.
And a messed up delivery got us looking like liars, making excuses, man. Come on.
That's part of the reason I don't really like doing a lot of online stuff. I like trying my clothes on and doing things like that. So for me, I never really trust the online services, but yeah, man, do better.
Man, so traditional. Don't do electronic cash, payments. He's straight cash with it.
Listen, word of my man Anthony Kuzma out there, why stop playing. But my second one is going to be these bandwagon Dallas Cowboy fans. Y'all lose, and now y'all Chiefs fans. Y'all are Ravens fans. I see y'all on the book. I see y'all on the gram. Y'all like every team.
I think the Ravens is the worst, and that might be a geographical thing because I think in the back of everybody's mind, you kind of want to support the local franchise. Right. And the Cowboys fan not to support the Commanders. You know what I mean? So I kind of give them the benefit of the doubt there. So I think y'all also shouldn't take this quote too serious because me and Buddy, we just said at the beginning, we rooting on the Ravens, but we find it very funny Cowboys fans don't mention Ravens at all.
They don't match.
Yeah.
But I will say this, the difference between y'all and us, as Commander fans, Ravens is down the street. If it was up to me, that would be the Super Bowl every year. And on top of that, if the Washington Commanders win 12-4, we would be ecstatic winning the division. Even if we lost in the first round, we wouldn't be out here switching teams second week of the playoffs. We would be prideful. I'm 36 and we only won 12 games maybe 3 times, if that. Yeah. Maybe won the division 3 times. But I'm never switching on my team if we have a great season. Y'all are grateful. That's why y'all never get back to the mountain.
That's why y'all on the couch with us. Again.
So, moving forward, Shine the Spotlight, what we doing?
Shine the Spotlight, I definitely, give me a second to pull it up on the phone, but here we go. So shout out to the Washington Auto Show, but this Shine the Spotlight series is Automotive Rhythms. Every year they put together a dope auto show in partnership with the Washington Auto Show where it's called The Art of Motion. And I got 2 artist friends that I've collaborated with and I'm following and I'm inspired by them, Luther Wright and SP The Plug. They both gonna be painting vehicles, brand new 2024 vehicles at this art show. And it gives every artist that's there featured a chance to paint a new car. I believe they let them freestyle as long as it's along the theme, but it's a dope show. It's going on from January 18th, 19th to the 28th, which starts tomorrow. So if you're in Washington, D.C., pull up to the Washington Auto Show and check out the nice lineup of artists they got and check out some of the cars. I'm definitely gonna be in the building. Some of the artwork that you see is amazing. My man SP the Plug that I just mentioned, last year he painted the car. He painted a picture of himself painting a car on the car. So it was like, it could be an everlasting artwork. It's just crazy, bro.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, so definitely shout out Automotive Rhythms, the Washington Auto Show, and all of the artists that's involved.
Shine the light, baby.
Yep.
So, moving forward, as you said earlier, this is episode 9. We've been blessed with another beautiful woman that's touched the Do It For The Love episode. So, let's get into our first guest. As you see right here, we have a young lady sitting with us.
Yeah.
This is episode 9, and we have with us the CEO of Keona's Cleaning Janitorial Services, Miss Keona Mackell. How are you doing tonight?
I am wonderful. I'm wonderful. Thank you all for having me. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Don't be shy now.
Yeah, don't be shy. I know you can speak now.
Yeah, I definitely can.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm talking about.
That's the energy we need.
Yeah. So just on quick, man, she is a wife, she is a mother, she is a boss. So the way we really run our show is we go through the who, what, when, where, why of your journey and what you want to share with us and what you want to tell the people, what you want all of our viewers to leave with, and all the people that follow you is going to be tuning into this.
Okay.
So first and foremost, we start off with the who. You want to lead them with the who?
You know the basics. Who is Keona Mackell?
Keona. Who is Keona? Keona is a girl from Annapolis, Maryland, 20 to be exact.
Okay.
20,
Newtown.
20. Yes. I'm the oldest of 6 children. My mom was on Section 8. I always had to carry my little sisters every single where. If you invite me somewhere, I'm dragging them with me.
Gotcha.
Because my mom always had to work, and it was kind of like a love-hate type thing, because I was just like, I always have to bring them. I can never be a kid. But then, you know, as I was getting older, I wanted them to be with me instead of just being out in the street.
Gotcha.
So I'm the oldest sibling. Like you said, I'm a mom. I have a son who's 11 years old. He just turned 11. He is taller than me. Yeah, I'm a wife. My husband is DJ Ice Love. Everybody know him as DJ Ice Love.
So my guy?
Shout out my husband, yes, of course.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I own my own business. Yeah, so I'm definitely a boss 24/7. It seems like the clock never turns off until I absolutely have to turn it off.
Okay.
So yeah, that's Keona.
Okay.
So I saw a bit in your bio, you know, and this whole episode is based on a fresh start and redemption. I read in your bio that you were incarcerated for 5.5 years.
Yes.
I was incarcerated for 5.5 hours. And look, I'm telling you, I don't never want to be in there.
How do you do for them 5
I ain't want to
hours?
sit down. I ain't want to use the bathroom.
None of that.
Using the phone is frustrating. So how does a person go through 5.5 years of being incarcerated, come out with a new mindset to make who we look at today?
That is absolutely crazy. So I never thought that I would actually have incarceration as a part of my story. And even when it was happening, I still couldn't believe it. It was just something that was just like, this is me.
I feel
like, yeah, like I felt like I was on the outside looking in, like looking at somebody else's story, but the whole time it was me. And I felt like you said, using the phone, somebody telling you when to go to the bathroom, somebody telling you when to shower, somebody telling you when to eat, what to eat, because you couldn't just go and be like, oh yeah, I want chicken today. No, this is the chicken that we're having today. Or we having pork. I don't even eat pork. So what you gonna eat? Either you gonna eat this or you don't eat nothing at all. And so I went from never thinking that I would ever be incarcerated to being incarcerated. I was sentenced to 84 months in a federal prison, and that's 7 years for people who don't know. Because even when they read that sentence, I was just like, hold up, that's 12 carry to 1. How many months is that? How many years is that? Hold on, I'm like tapping my lawyer, like, how many years is that?
Right.
Because in my mind, it wasn't registering at the time, and yeah, it was real different. And when she was just reading off the list of things, and I'm just like, you're talking about me? Like, you are talking about me. This is not even me. And I remember I looked at my mom and my grandma, like they supported me through the entire time. I would definitely say that. And I look back at them, and the look on my mom's face, I will never forget that. Like, that's what really hurt me, because she just was like, my baby. Yeah. You know, this is my baby. And
it's gut-wrenching.
Yeah. And my grandmother, like, she fell down, but she just like fell in her seat, because even though, you know, me and my mom were really close, me and my grandmother, we were really close, and we still are to this day. Like, she like one of my best friends for real. I could call her for anything, and she just like, what we doing with it? Where we going? Like, my grandmother absolutely supports everything that I do. She tells me when I'm wrong, and I mean, I absolutely love her. But just being in that situation and really having to mold myself into somebody completely different. I had to change my circle. I had to change the way that I thought. Like, even being in there, I had to like shut my mind off from outside world, because I didn't want to stress myself out. I'm sitting here stressing, like, what this person doing? Oh, I wonder what they doing now. Oh, I wonder what this person, oh, what party they going to? No, I had to shut all of that off, because I couldn't worry about what was going on out there, and I wasn't even there. I couldn't change it. So what was the point of me worrying about it? So I had to shut that off, and I had to really change my mind about how I was going to do this time. Was I going to be angry? Was I going to be bitter the whole time, and it dragged by, and it be like tooth and nails, pulling teeth for real? Or was it really going to be me making this a part of my story, but using it as a stepping stone for something else?
A reset button.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna switch gears a little bit and ask, what is it that if someone wanted to be an employee for Keona's janitorial service, what is it that you look for in an employee?
I look for somebody who was honest first and foremost, because don't come over here thinking that you're gonna get one over on me, because I definitely been there. I definitely done that. So be honest. You don't have to be perfect, but being honest lets me know the type of person that you are. If you're willing to lie, you gonna cheat, you gonna steal, you know, and
not reliable.
Exactly. So you might as well not even come over here. But definitely somebody who's honest, who's reliable, and I don't expect you. You don't even need to be able to know how to clean already. But if you're willing to be teachable,
the hunger for it.
Yeah. If you're willing to learn some things, to learn some new things, and you know, I learn things every single day. Even me as the owner, I take classes in order for me to stay up on certain certifications and how to do things and chemicals and all of that stuff. I learn things all the time.
I see your motivational video. I see you.
So I feel like if you're moldable, if you're, you know, able to be taught something, then you definitely can come with the team. I definitely welcome you.
Y'all hear that?
Just to backtrack a bit, because you know, Buddy asked a question about her janitorial services, and then going back to the notes that we have, you know, you getting out of prison, you took a job at McCormick's.
I did.
Making $9.25 an hour.
A shame.
So in the story of redemption, you know, what mindset do you have knowing that you got to take what you can get, because you're coming out already with a bullseye on your back?
Absolutely.
So telling people just a little bit about, yeah, I'm going to take this job that may not be the pay that I want or I deserve, but you spoke about classes and all of this training. Tell us about how you got all the way up to owning your own business, but having to take sacrifice through working at McCormick's.
That's definitely a good point. So when I came home, I literally walked out of prison with a Champion sweatsuit and nothing else. I didn't have anything to my name. And I was like, what am I going to do? Like, I didn't know what I was going to do. So I started filling out applications. I was filling out applications literally everywhere that you could think of. And so let me back up a little bit. When I first came home, if you come home from a federal prison, you have to go to a halfway house. You can't bypass the halfway house and go home unless you're going like on a monitor, but you still have to touch that halfway house. So I had to go to the halfway house for 6 months, which was in Baltimore. And I was just like, I don't even know these people. Like, I don't know, you know, nobody around here. All my family is still in Annapolis and Shadyside. And so I had to go to the halfway house. I didn't have anything. I started filling out applications for places around there, because in my mind, I got to stay here for 6 months. And if I'm going to stay here for 6 months, I need to be able to get some money.
I got to start building.
I got to do something.
Gotcha.
So I started filling out applications. I'm going place after place after place. No, we won't hire you. No, you got a background. No, 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 no. And I'm like, somebody got to say yes. Eventually, somebody got to say yes. So all of these no's, I'm still going. Even every single door is being shut in my face. And I'm just like, somebody going to say yes. So this person called me for the interview. I had literally just left an interview from somewhere else. And they called me for the interview and was like, hey, can you come here right now? I'm like, I'm on my way. And he was like, right now? So I was like, yeah. And I didn't have a car. I was on the light rail. So I was like, I'm coming right now. I get there like 30, 45 minutes later. He gave me the address. I get there. He was like, I really didn't think he was coming. I said, if I say I'm on my way, I'm on my way. Yeah. So we had the interview. And he was like, you know what? I really do like you. And then once he said that, I told him, I was like, you know, I just came home. I still had a ankle bracelet on at that time. And I showed it to him, and I was like, you know, it comes with me as an employee right now. And so he was like, wow. He was like, so what happened? So he started asking me about my story, and he sat there and he listened. Like, here's this older white man, somebody who, you know, me coming from Section 8 and food stamps and stuff like that, who wouldn't necessarily relate to actually listening to my story.
Right.
And so he was like, I'm going to give you the job. He was like, it's not going to be much, but I'm going to give you the job. I said, that's all you need to do, is give me the job. I didn't even ask for the pay at first. I didn't even ask how much it was. Right. He just was like, I'm going to give it to you. Okay, cool.
That's love.
I took the job, $9.25. Maybe like a couple months after that, he was like, I want to promote you. I said, all right, cool. And from the $9.25, Boom, we go up to like 11. I'm like, okay, you know, now I can do a little something with that.
Wash your letters down, man.
I can do a little bit with that. I started saving my money because I'm still in the halfway house at this point. I'm saving every single dollar that I have besides the money I got to pay the halfway house with. You got to pay them a weekly like rent for real. So besides that money, I'm stacking everything. And maybe like 3 weeks after I got my little raise, I go get a car. So I'm feeling good. You know, I got my little car.
Bouncing back.
You know, and so I could work more hours. Because at that point, I could only work the hours that I could get back and forth on the light rail.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, I could work more hours. I go and tell him, I'm like, hey, I could work more hours. He's like, really? I say, yeah, I could work more hours. Bet. He gave me more hours. And then, like, he started asking me things to, like, train other people. And I'm like, hold on now. You want me to train other people? I'm going to need a couple more dollars. So he was just like, okay, cool. And in that moment, I realized that you miss 100% of the opportunities that you never even open your mouth or even try to get.
Talk to him.
So just by me saying I'm gonna need a couple more dollars to train the people that you're bringing in here to work for you, he was like, okay. Like, he didn't even fuss about it, but because he knew I'm doing something for you, sir.
Gotcha.
I think a lot of people are afraid to ask that question.
Exactly. All they can do is say yes or no.
Yeah, it feel like, I guess you feel like you can get some type of discipline from it or you're going to get fired, but we need to remember that if we doing a good job to even bring up the question, then we are valuable there.
Mm-hmm.
What's his, if you remember, what was his name? The boss.
His name was Casey Hinton.
Shout out to Casey Hinton, man. More bosses. I don't care if you're a high institution or if you're working in the Comic and Schmitz. Value your employees because they're human beings and they're people and they all got a story. So I just want to say shout out to you for giving this beautiful sister a chance. Because I know a lot of people who struggle getting jobs after work, I mean after jail sentences or any hiatus in the workplace. So man, just that's beautiful.
I wanted to let her break that down because sometimes when people see what you're doing and how much you've accomplished, they tend to forget that backstory, and we can never forget it, whether it's good or bad. People got to understand that you don't have to let, messed up blockage in front of you mess up your journey. Like, stay focused, tunnel vision.
Right.
So I got one more question while we're for you.
Okay.
Bouncing off what Sel just said, when did you realize after the McCormick and Schmidt? And to me, you always would be a prep to be a leader, even being the oldest of you, to the siblings, and doing certain things that might have snatched some, childhood, teenage fun from you. Right. But you were being raised for, I think, further down in your journey. Yeah. So what was the moment that it was like, all right, it's time to boss up. I'm ready to get out of McCormick's, and it's time to take something somewhere else. And how did it become janitorial services?
That's a good question. So even after that situation where I'm sitting here training employees, because I then ended up being promoted again, and I ended up being the assistant manager over people who have been there 15, 17, 20 years.
Okay, ladder climber.
And I would assume that comes with some animosity.
I was just about to say, so many people had, this animosity towards me because here I am. I'm not even in this position for 5 years at this point, and I'm your boss now.
Right.
And
I remember when she had the bracelet on.
Exactly. And people used to say that too.
I can believe it. Listen, I said it jokingly, but I know people, especially when they don't want to see you cry. They gonna hate.
They gonna throw you a little pass up. Yeah, you're right though. You're right, but you can't even hit me with something that I told you about. How you gonna hit me with something I told you?
Own your story.
Exactly. So yeah, after that, I feel like that's when I started to notice like I may be a little bit of a leader, just a little bit of a leader, because I really didn't see it, honestly. I didn't even see it. Like, people would tell me, but even then, I'm just like, oh, okay. But
the flow.
Yeah, like, I really didn't see it. I just felt like I was just me. And I didn't even see me actually being a leader. And then, like, I started doing my cleaning business, and honestly, I started doing it at first just for extra income. And it was on the side of me working my job.
Gotcha. Awesome.
That was it. And I wanted to be able to move out on my own, and then I ended up, getting my first apartment coming home. And it was just, I needed a little bit of extra because, you got to make 3 times the amount of rent, and it's just like unridiculous qualifications. So I just needed that extra little bit of income, and I did that, and it was just like, I found that I actually loved doing it. Like, I used to work, my grandmother had a cleaning service, so I used to be able to do that with her. So I knew that I loved to clean, but when I started doing it on my own, it felt different. And I was just like, well, maybe this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And then even after working my full-time job and then my cleaning business for 2 years coexisting together, it was just like I felt something like it's time.
All right.
It's time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what span was that between the transition from leaving assistant manager to I'm out of here? What year, what age was this in the journey? I'm coming home.
How long had you been there at that point?
At McCormick?
Yeah.
So I had been there 5 years.
Okay.
And it was maybe a little bit over 5 years of me coming home because I got the job not even 6 months after coming home.
Gotcha.
5.5 in.
Yeah.
5.5 with
For
McCormick.
real. That's
Balls.
crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
And that's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. When I
Yeah.
talk about y'all making excuses,
It ain't
you
nothing.
hear that breakdown? You hear
It
what she
ain't
went
nothing.
through, the ladder she climbed, how she got that self-belief, determination,
Yeah.
redemption at its finest.
For real.
My last question is, when did you feel the most proud or accomplished in this journey so far? Because it's
Wow.
Yeah, you got a lot of
there's a
them.
lot of key moments in there, but what is the most accomplished or proudest moment for you?
I would say my proudest moment is when I was able to employ other people like myself. Like I was able to help them and assist them actually having a livable wage and not just, little crumbs or something like, oh, here you go, for this $9.25. No, the people that come and work for me, their starting pay is $15 an hour. So, yeah. Yeah, their starting pay is $15 an hour. And even that is, in this economy, is still not enough.
Right.
But
That's a good start.
yeah, exactly.
I got a question to the viewers. Why does it take small business owners, especially minority business owners,
Absolutely.
to have the integrity to give people real livable wages and stop using this minimum wage thing
Yeah.
as a excuse, like
Right.
Walmarts and Targets,
Yeah.
And wonder why Jamal don't care to show up on time.
Right.
Bruh.
Smelling like a bag of kush.
Right. Right. Or he tired because he
Or
came
he
from his
stealing out the
overnight
register.
job.
Oh, man.
Right.
So, now that was beautiful. I feel like you gave us a lot of insight on just pretty much a journey, how you climbed the ladder on the work stage. And now we're about to transition into a segment we like to call rapid fire questions.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
And
Let me get hydrated.
Definitely.
this is built to just provoke quick thought answers. If something fast comes to you, don't overthink it. We really want what comes to your mind, your heart first. We're not looking for the best answer. We're not trying to score 1,800 on your SATs. We just want real.
All right. Cool.
All right.
Bet.
So I'm gonna start off.
Okay.
My first question for you is, what was harder, serving time in prison or getting back to where you were taking care of yourself?
Getting back to where I was taking care of myself.
Okay. You want to say a little bit why? You like
In
30 seconds.
prison, when you come to prison, they give you your undergarments, your
essentials.
clothes to wear. You know what I'm saying? They give you everything. I just had to be there. It was hard being there, but I didn't have to have any other cares beyond what I was already provided.
Okay.
Morning person or night owl?
I was a night owl. I feel like I'm shifting more into morning person as I get older.
Because I know janitorial services typically
Yeah.
night,
Right.
out of work. So
I'm shifting into morning person now.
Okay.
My son ain't me a morning person. Never sleep, no sleep game.
Right.
Okay. Speaking of janitorial services, if you were in the movie Set It Off,
Ooh,
you know the crew.
look this janitorial.
What character you related to more and why?
Which janitor you is out the crew?
Which one is you? Are you I need this money for it?
Listen,
Or are
okay.
you on some Blair Underwood, what's up baby at the bank? How you move my head?
Listen, I need that money. I ain't gonna bring my kid to work. I'm gonna give him a little babysitter, but I need that money.
So you relate to her character?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's
Absolutely.
real. That's real.
One thing you can't live without.
One thing I can't live without, I would definitely say, is my AirPods, because I like listening to my music. When I'm in a mood, my AirPods, I can either tune into some type of music, a podcast, a sermon, anything.
Podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Such as this one. to shift my whole, atmosphere, my whole attitude, and yeah, my AirPods.
Love it.
Okay. Okay, you in this, you have a situation, you choose one of these answers.
Okay.
A nice glass of iced tea or cuddle time with iced love?
Cuddle time for 200 Alex.
Shout out to my brother on recovery, man. You know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw you oops tonight.
Yeah.
I got your back.
Like Luca with the oops.
I got your back, my boy.
Your go-to stress relief activity.
Walking. Like I've been doing a lot of walking lately. Listen, I'm
AirPods
down.
in?
Definitely AirPods in.
Okay, they back.
Down 40 pounds. So I just,
Okay.
yeah, you know, I've been doing a lot of walking.
Shout out to all my people on their weight loss journey, man. Never give up on yourself.
Fresh start.
That's a fresh start. Absolutely. All year, all we doing is trying to spread the love per usual. But like we said, tonight is all about fresh start, redemption. Shout out to everybody on that journey.
Yeah.
My last, actually, I got two more.
I got two.
Okay, so wildest thing you've ever seen in the Ice Love 360 experience? What's the wildest thing you've ever seen?
Before she answered 360 experience as a business owner, she has the 360 booth.
Yes,
yes.
One of the best ones in the DMV. So make sure you highlight it.
Everywhere I'm hosting, they there too.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely seeing you
I
everywhere.
just know people being a little slow with terms.
Right.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I see like 6 people said they didn't know what BBL meant earlier, so I just
Really?
That's
Yeah.
respectful.
And it was men and women, so
Okay.
good. But yeah.
Wildest thing you've seen on the 360 booth? If you have one, is it the wildest thing you've seen? Somebody might have just ripped the shirt off mid-spin. Girl might have twerked mid-spin.
So it really wasn't like super wild,
Okay.
but this guy,
Don't be
this
judged.
girl, you know, got up there and, you know, he was all booed up on her and he had his little drink. And when I say booed up, I mean like he was hugging up on her. Whole time it wasn't even his girl was somewhere else and she come over there.
Why the 360?
Yes, while they making a video and she like, what is you doing? And I'm just like, okay.
That's pretty wild.
Like, why would you be? When I say booed up, he had his arms like around the girl, like his head was like in the nape of her neck on the side.
in the nape of her
You
neck
know,
on the side. In the nape of her
He
neck
was
on
too
the
close for
side.
comfort to not be her man.
Getting his LMAO. Calm down, bro. Pipe down.
They left after that, so
I bet.
I hope they good. Shout out to y'all. you
Yeah,
know.
shout out to y'all. Did they all leave together? All three?
No, the real girl and him left,
All right.
and she stayed and she partied.
Oh, hey.
Oh, he still won.
Yeah, you ain't do nothing wrong right there.
Dream destination you like to visit?
The Maldives, like I ain't even had to think about that.
Okay.
Because I be telling Dante that all the time. So yeah, when we going, boo? When we going?
I don't know how to throw that group away from you, bro. I'm gonna catch that for myself. The Maldives is actually on
And I
my
hope
list
you're
too.
paying. They said
Oh,
the
you're
girl
right.
ballers don't make their wives pay for the trip. They said the husbands take care of everything.
Listen, this is my soft girl era. I'm not pulling out a card for nothing, okay? Nothing. Except for business. See, I got to.
Praises to the Most High. So my last one is going to be, and I feel like you gave the people a lot. So name something you love that the people don't know you do.
With business or personal?
Anything in your life. It could be your family may not know that you love this. Your best friends may not know that you love this. The people that work for you may not know you love this. Your husband may not know you love this. Something that you don't say all the time that like low key, but I love this. It could be a thing of jello. It could be anything.
Okay, so when I was locked up, I used to crochet.
Okay.
I could make so many different things. Like I can get my niece has a picture of a blanket that I made for her. So I would definitely say crocheting. That's something I used to love, but I don't have the time really for it now. So I feel like it's gotten away from me. But I absolutely love crocheting.
Yeah.
We could use that up at the in Severn Intergenerational Center.
Yeah.
For some older class for the older people. And
Okay.
I couldn't think of nothing outside of what's the
Ping pong?
No, not ping
Paddleball?
pong. Nah, the one that Gavin put downtown. That's
Oh.
popular right now.
Pickleball.
Pickleball. You know, something other than pickleball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, let's go. Did you have one more?
One more.
Okay.
Last thing you do before you go to bed.
Meditate and pray. I gotta get my mind right because my mind is always on like, how can I elevate my business? Like what can I do next? How can I take it further? So I just gotta calm my mind down so I can just rest.
Got you. Shout out to my man Deepak Chopra. I did my 21-day meditation last year. I'm telling you, I used to be the person that act like it's whatever. I do my prayer my way, and I still do my prayer my way. But I also have incorporated meditation, chanting, shout out to Buddhism. So I just feel like religion is meant to be explored. There's many ways for us to get peace. So I'm happy that you said that. Great answers once again. Amazing segment. So Spin the Block is our next segment. And that is when you have a chance to maybe go back and say something that maybe you didn't have a chance to explain a little bit more, or if it's something that you just want to say additionally to the people if it comes to the janitorial service, if it comes to the incarceration path, or anything. And I actually have a question to Spin the Block on, if you don't mind me asking, because I think our viewers would want to know.
Okay.
What were you incarcerated for?
So I knew that was going to come, right? I was incarcerated for conspiracy to distribute narcotics, obstruction of justice, and tampering with evidence.
Okay.
Long story short, the actual situation was I linked up 2 drug dealers. I knew one drug dealer. He was looking for, some narcotics. I introduced him to another one, and they met up. I wasn't even there, but I introduced them. They met up, deal went wrong, one person ended up dead, and I'm the one who introduced them.
Gotcha.
So a lot of people don't even realize you putting your 2 cents in something, introducing one person to another person, and your whole life has changed.
Gotcha.
And then even, so after the fact, when they came and, the situation happened, the police came to me, I lied about it. I'm like, I don't even know them. I don't know him, and I don't know him. So that got me, my obstruction of justice, which is a real thing.
Right.
So they wanted to give me more time for the obstruction of justice than for the conspiracy to distribute the narcotics.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and so, me trying to cover up evidence, erase call logs, little petty stuff, but the petty stuff made big, marks on my future.
And before any of you hating ass niggas try to act like I'm incriminating somebody, the shit's done.
Right.
She put it in her job form, so she wanted to come in and speak like a gangster boss, like she is. And that's what we doing up here. I just wanted the viewers to know, because for one, I want to thank you for even being willing to talk about that.
Absolutely.
I've worked with you and seen you at events, and I never knew that about your story, your journey. So when I seen it, I was like, man.
Thought it was a lie.
I didn't think it was a lie. I just thought it was like, I'm anticipating, I don't know what. You so sweet. You come on so wide, show to me. Listen, I see that. I see that. Believe me.
I used to be a little hellraiser.
Listen here, I see the Griselda from Newtown. Listen here, I see. But no, for sure, tonight is about Fresh Start. And just the fact that you're willing to share that and you don't let it hold you back. One of the best things you said to me is that, how you gonna hurt me with something I told you?
Yeah, period.
So I just love the fact that you stay 10 toes down and willing to talk about any of that.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
So hidden gems.
Hidden gems. I feel like she already gave us so many gems in there, because the question I'm reading, I'm like, man, like she answered that. I was gonna say, tell us about a resiliency moment that defined your life, but I feel like it's so many. So I wanted to switch it up tonight. We usually do love to not love with just me and Buddy.
Right.
So I wanted to do a love to not love with you.
Okay.
So while you thinking of something that you love to not love, I'll give you 2 back-to-back choices, and you just pick one.
Okay.
You already said early mornings and late nights. You said between those 2, early mornings and late nights, you said early mornings?
Yes.
Alright, so my next one is dealing with paperwork or managing client relationships.
I'd rather deal with the paperwork. Just give me the paperwork.
Okay. And my next one, unexpected business challenges or routine tasks.
I'm gonna say unexpected business challenges.
Okay.
Those are the moments where I grow the most. So yeah.
Right. Okay. And then one random love to not love that just popped in your mind. What's something you love to not love?
Something I love to not love.
They could be COs. They could be
entitled people.
Okay.
Like people that just feel like, oh yeah, let me get this because you my homegirl, or me and you, I've been knowing you for 20 years, so I know you just gonna give me a discount. No.
Not today.
The price is the price.
No.
And because you've known me for 20 years, you should want to pay it before somebody who just met me yesterday.
And now because of that, your price is going up.
I'm just going to say, since Fat Joe came out, the price ain't the price. Yesterday's price ain't today's price.
At all.
Especially when you try to swipe me and you know I work hard.
And it's still in the recession.
real bad.
For real, they don't want to admit it, but we in it.
It's definitely real out here. So that was dope. Is there any other, before we move into our inspirational moment message segment, is there any other gems you want to give janitorial business owners, anybody that's just coming home on that path, trying to get back? Any gem you can give them that's just like, maybe I didn't think of that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially for people who are just coming home. Even if you're not in Baltimore, but Baltimore has this excellent re-entry program through the Goodwill. Everybody's seen, Goodwill, the thrift store, but they actually have like this program where you can do like resume writing. They can help you get like interview clothes, and all of this is for free. You just gotta show up to the classes, and it's all for free. Like they even help you do your interviewing skills. They ask you questions and even help you with that famous question of what were you incarcerated for? Because a lot of people really don't even know how to answer that. So they help you get that down on paper, but then actually like help you market yourself for it.
Nice.
So Goodwill is an excellent program. And then Turnaround Tuesday. Anne Arundel County just got one. It's called Turnaround Thursday. Excellent program as well. And that's right downtown Annapolis, right across from social services.
Okay.
Y'all hear that? She dropping gems on y'all. No excuses.
Yeah.
I know the hardest thing to do is to get back on your feet after you've been put down, but people are trying to help you for free.
For free.
My hidden gem question is, how has marriage helped you out, and how important of a role does your husband play in making you whole, making your business run, and just making your life complete?
Ooh.
Another who?
Yeah, that is an excellent question. Growing up, I really didn't see too many marriages. My mom was a single parent. I saw a lot of single parent households. And I felt that I had to emulate that strong woman personality in everything that I did. And it was like when I met my husband, I melted like butter for real. I felt like I had that safe space in order for me to just really be the wife and not really have to be the wife, the mom. I didn't have to be all of these titles. I could literally just be the wife.
Starting on yourself, girl.
Yeah. So when I say that, like that's really what it is, and just him coming into my life, he was just like, no, I got this. Like, let me take this off your plate. Oh, I got this. Let me take this off your plate. Oh no, babe, I got this. Let me take this off your plate. And like so many stressors just started to fall off for real. And even though I have many titles still, I don't really have to stress about a lot because he got my back. Like in everything that ever happens in business and life, like I know I ain't even got to take 2 steps back, because if I put 1 foot back, here he go.
10 toes down.
Yeah, like he definitely changed the entire outlook I had on, men for real, because again, this situation with me being incarcerated was behind a nigga for real. And he was the opposite of that. Like he didn't want anything from me except for me to be me.
Gotcha.
And I absolutely love that. Even now, I didn't have to be anything but me.
And we gotta shed some light on you too. You talked a lot about how he supports you and your his backbone. I saw that he just had surgery, right?
Yes.
And I saw you hold him down. So props to you.
All the way.
Yo, we need help too. We need all of that stuff that she said about her man. Us men be needing that from women as well. So salute to you for being that right.
Thank you. Yes.
And the gem that I want to tell the people about everything she just said and what Son just said is that men and women, because somebody like her who oldest of 6, incarcerated, had to always pretty much have a hard exterior.
Yeah.
Never felt protected, never felt safe from nobody. She's her own protector. Same thing with men. Everything's about us having to lead. We can't be soft, we can't be weak, we can't be emotional. Even though this era tries to push it a little bit further. The truth is, when you let go or let somebody help you, life becomes a lot easier. Yeah. So that's the gem in that to me, man. Let somebody love on you. Let your guard down. Yeah. So our next segment is pretty much, which I think you've done this entire episode. So if you got another one, you can give them another one. It's pretty much inspirational moment or message. Okay. Just something because as we're getting towards the end of the show, we just like to leave the viewers with something they can walk away from and be inspired. I think you've been saying inspired things this entire time. But if there's something else that you want to put an emphasis on, or moment or message.
Yeah, I was going to say, look into the camera. Either imagine you talking to your younger self or somebody who may be going through, another young lady going through the same stuff that you're going through, and how you can just give her, inspiration. I
would definitely say don't be afraid to humble yourself. It's definitely going to be hard in whatever avenue that you choose in life, or even the things that you don't necessarily choose, because things happen to us that we don't choose to happen to us. They happen. But humble yourself first. Don't be afraid to really realize that I don't have the answer for everything. I don't have it all together. I don't have, every resource expended at me, but I'm willing to look for the answer. So first, humble yourself. Second, be willing to look for the answer. And third, go get it. It's no excuses for you not to be able to go and get it, but humble yourself and just know that I'm going to go get it. Go get it.
Be humble.
Episode 8, we ended with dream big. Episode 9, we ended with go get it.
Go get it.
So before we wrap it up, we talk so much business, we talk so much of your story. We like to finish the show with like open minute of what's trending. Is there anything that's going on in the world today? We're going to be 18 days into 2024, it's already been lit. Is there anything you would like to talk on? A message to a celebrity, a message you seen anything in the world that's world problems?
5 minutes to talk about whatever.
Anything that's going on in the world you want to touch on? Sports, anything. And we'll talk about it with you. Any topic. Yeah? Anything that's going on in the world that you want to talk about.
So I did see today, it was real brief, right?
Okay.
But I saw how Krishan,
so
I know, you're not truly a fan of Krishan. I know, I felt it, a little bit. So she had the interview for the show that she was doing with the I guess it was like the 20 participants or whatever.
Gotcha.
And the two guys came with guns. I guess they felt like they had a one-up the other one. So they came with guns trying to impress her for real.
Is this the 20 guys versus one girl?
Yes,
okay.
yes, exactly.
I didn't see this, okay.
Oh, you didn't?
Nah.
Because it's not your favorite.
Yeah,
but,
stay with
So, yeah, they came with guns and they get to tussling. And one guy pistol whipped another guy, allegedly.
It's on the show.
Allegedly. Because the video is out there, allegedly.
Okay.
And I'm just like, sometimes we be putting ourselves in some situations, right? And it's like, but why though? But why?
It's the clout era.
That clout is a drug for real.
It is.
If people ain't see what clout did to others in 2023,
Oh my
I have
goodness.
a rude awakening in 24. Between the government making laws or, a lot of things being changed based on what you do on social media or going to the YSL trial. Like,
oh my God.
Clout. Look at the YSL trial for an example of what clout can do to you.
It's a wild trial. Yeah. LeBron James, Serena Williams, like the level of things that the persecution is taking to try to get thug is it's wild. But just to speak on what y'all speaking on in the sense of, sorry, I lost my train of thought. What was we just talking about?
We was talking about
clout. I think people look at clout a lot of different ways. Some people look at Cat Williams, what he just did is clout. And now some people, we just talked about this off screen earlier, some people now look at his club Shay Shay as the place of truth. Some people look at Country Wayne's interview and what he said about Just Hilarious as clout. Some people look at it as truth, even though that story is years old. So some people are like, why bring it up now? So clout is a thing that I don't think is going away this year, but I do think this is a year where you're getting exposed. More than ever. If it's out there, it's gonna come out.
Yeah.
So I just feel like that's where we at 18 days in. And don't be a clout chaser. Be authentic. This is also the year I think that real art is coming back. Real creativity. You're not gonna be able to stand on that BS 10 moments of fame stuff this year. I think you still gonna get rich, but I really think this is a year that a lot of stuff is gonna get back to like the essence. Yeah. I feel that.
Yeah, we talking about art and expose. I seen a pastor that I respect dearly post an AI generated art and said that he painted it. And I feel bad that I didn't get to talk to him about it yet. But those type of situations, like sometimes stuff like that expose yourself. It's like you go on social media, you post this AI art that you just generated, and what if somebody see that and think you really painted that and they're like, I want to book you for a live painting. What, you gonna come with a computer and type that in?
Right.
So, a lot of that, like you said, we put ourselves in situations, so don't be the one that expose yourself.
Yeah.
We can't always dictate who's gonna expose us and pull our bones out the closet, but sometimes don't be the fool that just expose yourself.
It's crazy when you said the pastor disappointed you. I thought you was ready to say how Chris Brown went on TD Jakes, swallowed up. I was like, you like TD like that? Swallowed. I was like, okay. Yeah. But no man, stop clout chasing, be a real one. Man, this has been an amazing episode. So any more things you want to leave the people with, any moments?
You know, I always just like to come back with what we talked about at the beginning, the fresh start redemption story.
Yes.
And relating that to myself. I've been from high school, I told you the story, from being kicked out middle school a couple times to starting high school, trying to reinvent myself to make sure I could get some of the respect back that I lost from some of my mistakes in middle school, and even to past college, you know, wanting to do music and thinking that was it, and having to rebuild myself over again and do with art. So, you know, I've fully experienced that redemption story. I respect you and everything you came here to tell us about today. I've learned a lot from you, and I hope people that's watching and listening on all these platforms can learn as well. That redemption is a real thing. Like I said on the New Year's episode, that I feel like it's 3 things that can end that whole thing. Doubt, you know, doubt can mess up your redemption, and letting fear and people's opinions of you stop your journey. No matter what you do, as long as you don't have the death penalty over your head, there's a chance for redemption.
Thanks. And I also want to say that, to piggyback from the redemption thing, with that also comes forgiveness. And I think that in 2024, really look deep into whatever has happened so far in your life and your relationships. I'm a relationship person. I'm the type of person where if I throw an event, I want everybody I've dealt with in the room, ex-girlfriends or whatever, because you knew a part of my life.
It's like a pity party.
Nobody knows you. Oh my God. No, it is not. It is a part of love. Not that type though.
Hey,
we do it for the love.
I heard
We do it for the love.
He shouted that
We
man.
do it for the love. Okay? We do it for the love.
Not with love.
This man trying to get me incarcerated. I'm looking for new co-hosts. We also, you know, me and Keona are looking for workers. But no, that being said, this has been an amazing episode. We want to shout out our studio, Atelier, Baltimore, all of our subscribers, all of our likers, Apple Music, Spotify, all of the platforms that we on. Do it for thelove.com. Please keep streaming. We need your numbers. Run it up. Anything else?
I'm about to set it off in this motherfucker.
You already know the vibes. We outside. Do it for the love. Episode 9. For the love of a fresh start, also known as the redemption stories. Our beautiful guest, Miss Keona Mackell.
Absolutely, and thank y'all for having me. You know, every time I see you always perpetuate love, like it's in your whole being. So don't stop that. And you listen. You made my logo.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't even know this. You made my logo, so you stepped out there. I ain't even really had much. I'm just like, how much this gonna cost? But I was willing to pay you what you was worth because I knew that what you was gonna give me was quality product, and you still produce that with everything that you do. So don't even lose sight of your creativity. So thank you for having me as well.
2024, we at your door, episode 9.